Hey, Angela Carter here of RecruitRepsOnline.com, and I want to share with you something. Do you know that you have a powerful asset already that can help you build a massive home-based business? You already have it. So if you are in a network marketing business or in direct sales and you are not yet at the level that you want to be, you're not yet at a full-time income inside of your business, and you have been struggling because maybe you feel like you don't have the capital, the money to build your business, or you feel like you don't have enough time, I want you to listen, and I want you to listen up closely. There is an asset that you have that if you nurture, if you feed it, if you guard it, it is the number one asset that any network marketer must have to build a massive business and a massive organization. What is that? It's belief. Now, before you write that off like, yeah, I hear talk about all the time how important belief is and mindset and blah, blah, blah. Before you write that off, I want you to think about how powerful belief is. I want to give you an example. I remember hearing a $1 million earner talk about the importance on a call of belief. And at that stage of my business, when I was just getting started, I was brand new and, had $220,000 in student loan debt. I got started in my current business with $100 in my bank account. I was unemployed. I was like, I just need a strategy. Give me the strategy to make money. But it wasn't until I got coachable that I was willing to listen and start thinking to myself, is belief really that important? Can belief really drive results? When I started thinking about it and finding examples in my life, even before getting started in a home-based business, of it being true, of how important belief is, that's when I started taking it seriously and ended up having a full-time income inside of my business. Now, here's what I want to tell you. If you don't believe that your belief is important, I want to give you this example. Do you remember in math class, in high school or even in junior high, where they had, in my textbooks, I don't know if this is true of yours, but in my books, in my math books, at the back of the book, there were these answers. And usually they're like the answers to the odd number problems in the math book. And so they would give you the answers. And I remember my teacher assigning, a set of problems, homework problems, and I would go home and do them. And the first couple of problems were always like the easiest, right? I don't know if you remember. Do you remember this? The first problems are always the easiest. I remember like cranking them out and like, yeah, I'm gonna hurry up and get this done so I can watch TV, right? Because in the Carter household, there was no TV unless your homework was done. So I was like, okay, let me hurry up and bang this homework out so I could go watch TV. So I would do the homework problem. It was pretty easy. So I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. This is gonna be a breeze. Get to the second one. A little bit harder, but got through it. But it was always like the last two problems. Do you remember this? The last two problems were always the hardest. And I remember going to the back of the book and looking at my answer and then looking at the back of the book answer and looking at my answer again and realizing they don't match. And I'm like, oh. So that I would go back and try to rework the problem again and still wouldn't get the right answer. And over time, after so many attempts and so many failures at getting the right answer, I started thinking like, this problem is hard. I can't figure this out. This is ridiculous. This is hard. I can't do this. And my mindset started becoming more and more negative because I was shooting for something. I was shooting for a goal of getting the right answer, but I kept getting the wrong answer. And here's what ended up happening. There was a shift. It would get to the point where after so many times, I remember my mom would come in, and I used to do my homework at the kitchen table, and she would come in and she would say, just take a break, Angela. Just take a break. So I would go and I watch TV and I'm sitting there thinking the whole entire time, like, why can't I figure out this problem? This problem cannot be this hard. In my mind, here's what I'm thinking. This problem cannot be hard. Man, I should be able to figure this out. This got to be figure outable, right? If that's a word, right? I got to be able to figure this out. So it was me going from frustration, saying, this is hard, I can't figure it out, mindset, belief, to then saying, this cannot be this hard. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. My mindset, my belief that it was figure outable, that it was possible to get the right answer because I saw the right answer. My belief started changing and my feeling, I went from frustration to determination. So then I would go back and I would rework the problem until I got the answer. And when I got the answer, I'm like, yes, I knew I could do it. This ain't that hard. I knew I could figure it out. And then now my belief in myself increased, shot up, so that the next day when I got to do the whole thing over again and now go back and do some new problems the next day, I had a higher belief in my ability to solve problems. Why am I saying this in a video about network marketing and building a network marketing business, I want to ask you a question. Where's your current belief level? Whatever the income level that you have, what's the income level that you have, monthly income level that you want to hit inside of your network marketing business? And I want to ask you a question. Let's do a heart to heart. Let's get real here. Do you believe that you could hit that goal on a scale of 0 to 10? 10 being, oh, I got this, Angela. It's in the bag. It is so doable. I'm going to crush it. I am 100% confident. On a scale from 10 being 100% confident that I'm going to hit this goal, to 0 being, there's no way in the world. I have literally lost all my marbles. There's no way I could do this. Where's your current level of belief? Like, if you could just be honest with yourself, where's your current level of belief? And let me say this to you. If it is not at a 9 or a 10, you want to do some belief work. You want to now build up your belief, because it is going to impact, and it is already impacting. The level of belief that you have is already impacting the results that you are striving for. In order for you to hit your income goal, you have to not only believe that it's possible to do it in the time frame that you want to do it in, but that not only can you believe that it's possible, but that you will do it. Like, it is in the bag that you can do it. How do you build that belief level when you haven't had that success or you've never hit that goal before? Number one is you want to surround yourself with success stories. Surround yourself with people in your company, getting on company calls, going to company events, your upline, your mentorship. And you want to feed your mind with success stories of people who have done it. And ideally, people who started maybe with the same similar conditions that you have. When I got started, I plugged into training on recruitrepsonline.com. And I got training from someone, from a guy who got started with very little, didn't have money for paid marketing like I didn't have money. Had to borrow money from his mom to get a used laptop to build his business online. And he had to get started with a free strategy because he couldn't afford paid marketing. So he had to learn how to do Facebook. I mean, not Facebook. He had to learn how to do blogging. He had to learn how to do video marketing. So I said, if there's anybody that could teach me how to go from the bottom to use the little bit of money that I have to now build a full-time income, which I have been able to do, and become a top recruiter inside of my company, speak on stage at company events, which I have been able to do, it would have been him. And I tapped into that training to now learn the skill sets, to learn the strategies, to go from where I was to where I wanted to be. And it helped me build my belief level. So how do you build that unshakable belief, which is the number one asset that you have to build your business? Number one, you have to say affirmations over and over again. Even if you don't believe it, you have to keep saying it. I could do this. I could figure this out. If they could do it, I could do it too. And just say it even before you could believe it. Number two is you have to surround yourself with people who have gotten results. Plug into training. Go to recruitrepsonline.com. Get access to that training and watch and see some of the strategies that I did to get started that allowed me to have success. And now, with that constant belief, with that constant affirmation saying, okay, I can do this, I can figure this out, this can be done. And now matching that belief with the right action, which was, in my case, in the math book example, continuing to do the problem, continuing to tackle it until I figured it out. When you can match that belief of, yeah, I could do this, I can figure this out, I'm not going to stop until I figure this out, I'm not going to stop until, you keep repeating that, and now adding that, matching that with action, the right strategies. Let me tell you something. You can do this, because that's what I did, and that's what every successful person in this industry did. So if you want to learn the strategies, if you want to learn how to recruit up to 5 people a week online inside of your specific home-based business without chasing your family and friends, without picking up the phone and cold calling strangers, go to recruitrepsonline.com. And let me tell you something. If you can bring that unshakable belief and pair it with the right strategy, that's the winning formula that will help you to win inside of your home-based business in 2016. So I'll see you on the other side. Go to recruitrepsonline.com, put in your email address, get access to that free training to see specifically the exact strategy that I use that allowed me to get started and finally win inside of my home-based business, and how you can do the same thing inside of yours.